Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day, y'all. Every single day. It is Friday. It is Friday. Turn up. Friday is May 3rd. It is 1:44 p.m. It is WNBA time. It's time to see our Gamecocks. It's time to see Camila Cardozo tonight. It's time to see Aaliyah Boston. It's time to see Victoria Saxon. It is time to see these young ladies do what they do. It's that time. It's that time. We've been waiting too long for some women's basketball. We've been watching the NBA, kind of. We've been watching that a little bit. Nah, Give me back to what I love. Give me back to the women's basketball. And watching these Gamecocks do their thing. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see our girls doing their thing. So much to talk about. So much to talk about on this day. It is what, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Cinco de Mayo weekend. My son-in-law having a birthday on Sunday, Cinco de Mayo day. Just celebrated. My oldest daughter having a birthday yesterday, turned up, had fun with the family. Today, we are talking about, since it's Cinco de Mayo weekend, we got a little bit of tequila. Respirado. I know I'm saying it probably wrong, but that's what we got right there. That's what we got. A little bit of tequila. So, we're going to talk about some Jacy Abii. Jacy Abii, 2026 recruit. One of the best in the recruiting class. One of the best 6'2" point forward. Okay, let's begin with that. 6'2" point forward. Who's been dominating during the season, dominating during the offseason at these various AU exposure, EYBL, 17 and under, all these different things. Let's begin with this right here. Jacy Abii is a player who is a prototypical player for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Let's begin with that. Prototypical player. And I say she's a prototypical player because, first off, she's versatile, mobile. 6'2", handles the ball for her high school team. During high school, average, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. During her sophomore season, she's already played for Team USA, 16 and under. She is a super basketball player. And her versatility would bring up another dimension to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Now, you're talking about 2 years from now. 2 years from now. She's going to get better, probably going to get taller. What if Jacy Abii, who was to commit to South Carolina, you're talking about a 6'2" player now, who's a sophomore, what would she be her senior season? You know what I'm saying? What if she is able to grow, let's say 6'3", 6'4", and can handle the ball like she can? Let me say that one more time. She's a point forward as a sophomore. I hope to see her this summer. In the Under Armour Elite. I want to see her with my own eyes to see how good she is and how good she can be. Oh, what else? She's smart. I mean, she got, and the whole high school situation is different now. You got girls on the 5.0 scale, girls on the 4.0 scale. Joyce Edwards is pretty much a genius going to South Carolina. Now you got Jacy Abii, who has a 3.8 GPA on a 4.0 scale, taking in the gifted and talented program up in Texas. Smart young lady, artistic. She will bring so much to South Carolina. She likes playing defense. She shares the ball. She can shoot. She can rebound. She is a player who who would space the floor. It's so, I mean, I'm just so excited about her. So excited and the potential of her becoming a Gamecock. And we have to talk about, you know, she has what, 40, 50 offers right now. Dawn recently, you know, gave her an offer. UConn is coming on hard with it. And it's just so many different colleges that are trying to get the services of Jacy Abii, which it should be. Which it should be. If you have a talented player, top 5 player in the country in class of 2026, every university worth something should be trying to get her to their campus. That is where it is. But if you want to fast forward 2 years, and Jacy Abii has committed to South Carolina, you have a situation where Joyce Edwards now will be a junior. Real talk. This is real talk. Joyce Edwards, Jacy Abii are similar players. They are similar players. Jacy is following the trajectory that a Joyce Edwards did 2 years ago. They about the same size. Joyce is taller. Joyce is taller. Let me say that right now. She's taller. They finally, ESPN finally, you know, upgraded her to 6'3". If anybody with eyes saw Joyce Edwards, know that she's 6'3" and not 6'2". And I said that before. When I stood beside her, and I stood beside her back in the summer, and then I stood beside her, you know, when she played against Sarah Strong, and when we took a picture together and all this, that, and third, I was like, hold up, I'm 5'11" and a half. I'm about 6'1" with J's on. And I had to look up at her. So I ain't no short brother. But I'm like, yeah, she's 6'3". 6'3". What if she's still growing? What if Joyce Edwards still growing? Possibly have a 6'4" type situation in the University of South Carolina with all that talent, with all that skill. That's what I see in Jacy Abii. That's my comparison. My comparison of Jacy Abii is a young Joyce Edwards. And we have the opportunity to get a young Joyce Edwards when Joyce would be a junior. Jacy would come up to be a freshman. Bro, that is what we want in South Carolina. That is literally what we want at the University of South Carolina. Continue recruiting success and getting like-minded players on this basketball team. That is what we want. That is what we want. It's so awesome to see. And there's so many great players in this class of 2026. I know we talk about class of 2025, but if you are a Gamecock fan, and you know, obviously if you're watching me right now, you are a Gamecock fan, you already know that you just don't recruit from year to year. You talk about 2026, 2027. You have so many different players that are on the radar for South Carolina. You got Dawn Staley. I told you before, I don't think Dawn Staley sleeps. I think she is literally everywhere in this country or in the world. She was in Paris, then Disney World, then in the Philly, you know, supporting her 76ers. She's everywhere. Then at high school gyms, watching potential players. She's everywhere. It's so great. And then if she's not everywhere, she's on the phone, on Twitter and Twitter, X, whatever, Instagram, all those different social media platforms, being active. And you know, you have a lot of old school coaches, out there who are not fully committed to the social media era. If you are not committed to the social media era with this group of, I don't know what generation they are, whatever generation they are, these young kids now, you're missing the boat. Because that's the way they talk. They don't have conversations. They don't call nobody. Everything is a Instagram or a text or you know, TikTok and all these different things. You know, back in my day, you know, you try to holler at the girl, you say, okay, hey, can I have your number? Can I have your number? Can we, you know, give me a conversation? Can we do that? Can we like, no, I don't do that with that. He's like, okay, like, what's your Instagram handle? Can I get your Instagram? Like, what are we doing? But that's the way they discuss right now. That's the way they talk. You talk the way they do. That was some of the things that was going on with the squad this season. And Dawn Staley had to tweak a little bit with this group of players, you know, and kind of meet them halfway in the way that they talk, the way that they associate, the way that they just live now. Things are changing in women's basketball. Things are changing in girls' basketball. Things are changing in sports in general. And in order to be viable with this generation, you got to talk the way that the young folks talk. And if you don't talk the way the young folks talk, you're missing it. You're missing it. You're gonna see a whole lot of old school coaches going to retire in the coming 3-4 years. You're gonna see it because they can't deal with this generation. They can't deal with it. And now with NIL, with an NIL piece where they can market themselves, they can brand themselves, they can make money off their name. So you have to have in order to get a huge following, you have to be a social media presence. So the girl's gonna be on social media. That's what they're gonna do. And Dawn Staley has became a key fixture in social media. So I think she has an edge in recruiting all the time. All the time. So class 2024, who will be arriving on campus next month. Summer workouts. Joyce, Maddy, Adhel already been there. Already got a ring. Next season, we're already recruiting hard for the 2025 season. And then that what brings me to 2026 with Jacy Abii. So many things that are going on in sports in the South Carolina Gamecocks. I love how, the announcement was made that Las Vegas is going to be hosting, this good old tournament or classic. That is just amazing. Having a conversation with my dad, like, girl's going to be in Las Vegas. They're going to be back in Charlotte. So cool. So cool for women's sports because now they are filling out huge arenas, NBA arenas. That's great for the sport. Those games will be on, ABC, ESPN, their platform of channels. So nice. So nice. So nice. Let's go through a few questions. And what up, Pauline, Thomas, Griffins? What is good? What is good? Dr. Knowles, Edward, Mines from good old Delaware. Delaware. All right, that's what's up. Ken Richardson, you always family. You always family. And thank you for the happy birthday wishes to my peeps, my family. Love my family. Love my family. And every birthday that you celebrate above ground is a blessing. It really is. Christopher Jones, what's up, Cap? Tito's and Corona getting started early, brother. We already know with me, it ain't no set time, So it's just like when I have a thought in my brain that I can go live, I'm going to go live. And I go live, we're gonna have a little toast. Yeah, a little toast. I was gonna do a show tonight, and then I was like, nah, I'm watching WNBA. I'm watching Indiana. I'm watching Aaliyah Boston. I'm watching Victoria Saxon. I'm gonna switch over, and then NBA League Pass because I paid my money. I paid my money now. I want to see some Camila Cardozo. I want to see some Angel Reese. I ain't never thought I'd see some mess like that. I want to see some Angel Reese. That ain't never crossed my mind. I want to see some of that. I want to see some Angel Reese. I want to see some Caitlin Clark. I want to see all of them. I do. I ain't never been a situation because I'm really torn because I want to cheer for the Chicago Sky because with our girl Camila Cardozo but you got Angel Reese, so I got to cheer for both of them. What? Somebody check on me if I actually buy Angel Reese jersey and say Chicago Sky. Somebody check on your boy. I'm really. It's so much. Kimberly Page, what are your thoughts? I know we was going to get into this. I talked a little bit about it on Twitter last night in regard to Bri Beil. My thoughts on Bri Beil is I'm really sad. I ain't going to front. I'm really sad about Bri Beil because Bri Beil has worked so hard. She was 11th ranked player in her recruiting class, 5-star recruit. Sensational player, came to South Carolina. I think she sacrificed her offense for her defense and got drafted in the second round and was cut. She got drafted on, I believe, April 11th and was cut on May 16th. Had a shot opportunity with the Las Vegas Aces, but it wasn't meant to be. And they cut her right before the season began, in terms of the preseason. And I said before that the Las Vegas Aces roster is the toughest roster to make. They're defending champions. They have the best player in the world, with A'ja Wilson. They just got 3 draft picks in the draft, and I don't believe all 3 of those players are going to make the team either. You know, it could be a blessing. It could be a blessing that she got cut by the Aces in this regard. If you couldn't cut early, you have opportunity to join another roster because everybody can make cuts. There's going to be teams making cuts today. There's going to be teams making cuts tomorrow. You know, I wish her well, but she went into almost a no-win situation with the Aces. A veteran team with limited spots to make the roster is really tough. So my feelings of Bree, I hope she, bounces back. I hope she gets another opportunity. I hope she goes in the off season. I shouldn't say the off season. I hope she goes and play. And which I hate saying this. I hate saying this because right now it's the only because you don't have a G League with WNBA. So the only time that you can really get run with quality competition is you gotta go overseas. So I would have to say that I hope she actually goes overseas and plays against, great talent over there, and get better. I think that would help. But, she's doing her thing with social media. She's successful. Her boyfriend plays for the Panthers. It's just a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things. I wish her well, though. I wish her well. Bri Beil needs to get invited to a young team. The Aces 2 stacks. I can see Bri making the dream. I basically what I just said. And then in terms of the dream is almost like a breeding ground for South Carolina Gamecocks. You got Alicia Gray, you got Letitia Mee here, you got Henny trying to make the roster. And I will be going to some Atlanta Dream games this season, to see our Gamecocks ball. Now Henny got to make that squad herself. It's going to be tough for Henny to make that team. I've seen some clips of practice with Atlanta Dream and everything. She's doing that thing. I can't remember what day Atlanta plays. I want to say Saturday. They play. Let me check to make sure. But I want to see her get a real good shot at making the squad. Yeah, they play the Mystics. They play the Mystics tomorrow at 1 o'clock, 1300 hours. So that better be on WNBA League Pass. They better have every game on League Pass. I'm telling you, don't miss out on this opportunity. And if you have not got WNBA League Pass, you're wrong. Let me say that right now. If you're a Gamecock fan and you have not got League Pass, you're wrong. They had this promotion of $14.99 for the first year and then $34.99 each additional year or something. So that's for the season. And even if it's $35, that means $35. Come on. To see our girls for the next 4 months, come on now, jump on board that. Because ESPN ain't gonna show every game. It ain't showing no preseason games. So this opportunity to see all the girls when you want to see them. And speaking of the WNBA, you're talking about the Chicago Sky playing the Lynx tonight, the Fever playing the Wings, and then like tomorrow with the Dream playing. I already talked about multiple Gamecocks. Sparks play at 9:30 tomorrow night, and multiple Gamecocks play for the Storm and the Sparks. I mean, just awesome. It's awesome. Really good. Day T, Adhel needs to go ahead and talk to Jacy while she's back home. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea whatsoever. They're both Texas girls. And if you are a follower of social media, Adhel Tac is on social media a lot. Her personality, and I saw that when I did the interview with her. She has a glowing personality. She makes you like her. She really does. She makes you like her, and I really like it. Her and Camila Cardoza, they was on Instagram Live last night doing their thing. That is the greatest mentor for her. for Adhel when you can actually call somebody up who's in the W, who's one of the best post players that ever played at the University of South Carolina and be your mentor. That is the cool thing about playing at the University of South Carolina. That network type situation. Adhel said, "No, I'm gonna call Adhel, Camila Cardozo. Oh, let me see. Let me reach out to Asia Wilson. Oh, Tiffany Mitchell. You know, so many players. Saya. It's just so cool that you can do that. So you hope when you're doing recruiting, and I learned this in football, you don't bring in a player, or you don't commit. A player does not commit to a university for their 4 years. They commit to a university for the next 40 years because of the relationships and the commitments and the love that you receive for a lifetime. A lifetime. So you have a lot of players on this, they're not playing enough minutes. Oh, you go to another team and you can do this, that, and the third. What you can't do at some of these teams is have a plethora of WNBA talent on your phone, on the group chat. You don't, a lot of teams, you don't have that. Now, of course, like UConn's and the I was gonna say LSU, but they don't have a plethora. You have several teams that have that talent who's been there, done that. And South Carolina is one of those teams. We had, going into the preseason, 14 Gamecocks on WNBA rosters. Now it's down to 13. 13 young ladies are playing for a WNBA team this season so far. They ain't number 12 teams in the WNBA. Let's begin with that. They ain't number 12. But you have so many great players at your fingertips whenever you need something, or wherever you want something. That is awesome. That is awesome. Robin Minnick, I watched a couple of videos of Jacy Abii. I like her game, a couple of videos ago. She is nice. She is nice. She is the real deal. And she would literally, I'm not going to say change the game for South Carolina. I'm not going to say that whatsoever, because the game for South Carolina is already, cemented. But she would add another piece to the legacy of having great players at the University of South Carolina. That is what you want. That is what you want. And that is I'm not going to say 2026 is a huge year in terms of getting recruits. 2025 is a big year in terms of getting recruits for South Carolina, because history has shown that Carolina is not going to dip hard into the transfer portal. It's shown that. So with that being said, and Carolina always recruits well, the 2025 class is going to be key. So, and the reason it's going to be key because Pow will be gone. She'll be going to the W. Right now, she's slotted as the number 9th best player on the big board for WNBA draft picks. Powell's gone. Somebody in WNBA is going to get a lights out shooter. I hope it's Atlanta, so I can go see a play. Hope so. And then you got Bree Hall. Bree Hall currently isn't on the top 25 big board for WNBA, but I hope she will. Excellent player, but she will be gone. Sania Feagin will be gone. That's 3 players right there. That's three players who we know for sure will be gone. And no more COVID year. COVID year stuff is gone. That stuff is gone. That has been exhausted. And here's the possibility too. I've spoken this before. Possibility is a Raven Johnson could actually go to the W after this season. She actually could. She is a redshirt junior. Redshirt junior. Right now, she is 14th on the big board for the class of 2020, for 2025 draft. 14th, which means that she will be a high second-round pick. Now, they're going to be adding a team next year, and they hope to add 4 teams by 2028. But there's a possibility that Raven Hollywood Crockpot Johnson could actually be gone from the University of South Carolina after this season. Possibility. If her stock continues to rise, because she's on She's hitting on all cylinders now with the defensive performance she did on Caitlin Clark. Make no mistake about it. And she increased so much from last year to her freshman year, redshirt freshman year to her redshirt sophomore year. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But there's a possibility that Raven Johnson could enter the draft after this season. Not saying it will. Let's say, when you're talking about spades, I'd say 3 in a possible. 3 in a possible. 3 for sure and a possibility. So you got to hit hard on the recruiting cycle this time. We need 4 players. We need 4 players in this 2024 class. We really do. We always going to get a point guard. So let's begin there. We're going to get a point guard. And every single season, 2024, you got Maddy. 2023, you got MiLaysia. 2022, you got Cooper. 2021, you got Raven. Matter of fact, you got Raven and Sania Rivers because she was supposed to come in and play point guard too. Okay, so you always get quality point guards in the University of South Carolina. Could be because Dawn Staley is one of the best guards who ever dribbled the basketball. Let's begin with that. So every single year, you're going to get a point guard. So that's number 1. Okay? So you got to get some size. You got to get some size at the wing position. I'm talking about 6'1". So you got to get some size at the position too, who can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, can rebound the basketball, can shoot the basketball. You want somebody that got some range, actually play some defense, share the ball, smart, versatile. Those are some things that you have to have in coming up in the 2024 recruiting class. Those are musts. 2025 recruiting class. Those are musts. And if we're discussing that, you already know my affection for Jasmine Davidson. You know my affection for that. I want Jasmine Davidson on this basketball team. I do. I love her game. I do. But we got to get some size at the wing position. We have to get another. Let me back up. Let me back up a little bit. If we're talking about point guards and my favorite point guards and that we are actually recruiting, and it is there are a plethora. There are a plethora of guards that we actually recruit, but we're actually going to talk about point guards of consequence that actually have scholarship offers and are key targets. Everybody wants Aaliyah Chavez. Everybody wants Aaliyah Chavez. I don't believe there's a shot that Aaliyah Chavez is going to actually commit to the South Carolina Gamecocks. We are finalists, top 10 or whatever, but I don't see that. So let's be real. I think that she will go to Texas and do great things. So if I'm looking at a point guard that we are going to have a great chance of getting, I'm looking at Divine Burridge. Divine Burridge is a complete guard type of situation. She's from Iowa. Ironically, she's an Iowa 5'11" combo guard. Good size, handle the ball, can shoot that thing. So I'm looking at her, and like I said before, we're talking about a wing. You're talking about a wing position, you got to go with Jacy. I want Jacy. And if you're talking about a shooter, you talking about a shooter? Jacy, Tessa Johnson, both excellent players. Both of them. Excellent players, and both of them are going to do so many great things for the South Carolina Gamecocks if given the opportunity to play. And we got to get a little size. We have to get a little size with Sania Feagin, and according to the actual targets for South Carolina, not a lot. The targets for Carolina is Aaliyah Chavez, Jacy, Tessa Johnson, Divine, Jayla Davis, who is a 6'2" forward / center. She was offered back in 2023 August time frame, but I just don't know. Is that the size that we want? I'm not sure. Another name to watch is Denia Prawl. I saw her a lot during the what was it called? The Chipotle Nationals. The Chipotle Nationals, where they have so many different quality teams going for mythical national championship, and she played for IMG Academy. She can rebound. She is tough. She can shoot it. I like her 6'1" wing. So Jacy, Zakaya, so many great players. So many lovely players that we need on this team. This might be the time next season when you're talking about replacing a Sania Feagin that you talk about in getting somebody from the transfer portal. Possibly. You know, now that I say it out loud, nah, I don't think so. Because this time next year, you're talking about Adhel Tac, Ashlyn Watkins, Chloe Kitts, Joyce Edwards. There won't be a better group of post players in the country than those four. All 5-star recruits. All talented players. You know, so it's not a matter of that 2024 class or 2025 class, replacing a Sania Feagin, because you already got that talent per se. It's going to be interesting though. We need for sure 2 guards and a wing, or Carolina case 3 guards, because Bree Hall is a guard. Okay. Now obviously you're gonna have Tessa moving up the ladder, and MiLaysia Fulwiley moving up the chain, and Maddy McDaniel moving up the chain. But we're just talking about just replacements. You know, I'm a military guy, so you got to get those privates to fill those roles until they're ready to be sergeant. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Okay. That's what you have to do. Roy Jackson. I went to school with an uncle. My dad is a few years older than us. At North Cattle in Vivian, Louisiana. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Okay. That is dope. I like that. I like that inside information. Thank you, Roy Jackson. Appreciate you, brother. Robert Whitaker, first off, good afternoon. My guy, what's good? You think she wants to leave that state of Texas? With Texas being an SEC, that might hurt us with recruiting that state. It's very possible. It's very possible. But, I mean, let me keep it real. Everybody ain't going to stay in Texas. Some of them players going to seep out, you know. And you're right. With Texas going to the SEC, there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity for her to just stay at home and rock with. Because Texas is going to be dope. Texas is going to be a really good basketball team this season and for the foreseeable future. Basketball is at an all-time high in regards to talented basketball teams. So you got 2 more teams in Texas and Oklahoma who are coming into SEC, which gives us 16 teams. You got the Big 10 with 18 basketball teams, the ACC with 18 teams. So many basketball teams that are out there. And I spoke a little bit about this yesterday or day before yesterday. All runs together for me. I talked about the NCAA tournament, and you have these super conferences. Super conferences. That's something that has to be addressed. You know, has to be addressed. She's Moraine. What's up, fam? Bill has to work on her offense. Is why she got cut first. Jasmine Carson been working overseas, working her games. She can shoot. I don't know why Bill didn't try overseas option. I am with you completely. I'm with you completely. These girls get better and better. These women get better and better by playing against light competition. You don't get better at basketball, in my humble opinion, I would say you get better at basketball or any sport or anything on your job by doing it over and over and over again. That is what you're doing. Because so if you're competing and you know, or you're competing for a limited amount of slots or jobs or whatever the case may be, and you have this other person who is getting up at 4 a.m. and working hard and doing that extra stuff, that person will have that extra edge over others because they're putting in more hours. Kobe Bryant, one of my favorite players of all time, was still working out 3 times a day while being a NBA superstar because he didn't want anybody to outwork him. Michael Jordan, my favorite player of all time, outworked opponents. You just don't have natural skill. You're not just born like that. You got to work. You have to work. You know, and I really think that, and she is Wayne. I'm rocking with you. I am rocking with you on that one. I'm rocking with you. I don't know why she did. I don't know why she did. But hopefully she will. Billy Bob, what's up, my guy? Thank you for being a member. Of course. Bill's boyfriend is making millions in the NFL. That's true. Her boyfriend. Let me be clear. Okay? Boyfriend, not husband. Okay? Boyfriend. Now, I'm a middle-aged man. Had a lot of girlfriends. Okay? And you talking about this brother got millions in the NFL. They were item back in the in college, you know, and now he's playing for the Panthers, first round pick, doing his thing. Got to stay healthy, but doing his thing. What's it say? He wake up tomorrow, it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. That's the boyfriend level. It ain't husband level. Ain't husband level. And me and my wife dating, right? Girlfriend, boyfriend. We split up. Ain't no conversation about I'm taking this, I'm taking that, you getting half of this, blah, 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 all that stuff. But husband, that's a little different. That's a little different, some different conversations. So Bree, her boyfriend got millions. Bree got millions. She ain't got millions. Ain't no such ring on the finger just yet. Ain't well Beyonce song put a ring on it. Yeah, that song. My boyfriend got me and she ain't got it. Let's be clear about that. She is Wayne, girl. I ain't even seen this, and you already hit me up too. Boyfriend doesn't equal any security measure. If it was husband, then yeah. That's how you gotta think. You gotta get yours. You gotta get yours. You know what I'm saying? If he marries her today, you're like, yo, Bree, let's go get married. Let's go to the Charlotte courthouse and let's do this thing. Yeah. Okay. That's different though. Robert, Bree's office is limited. It was in college. She needs to go overseas and work on a game, period. It's so crazy, man, because I was waiting. And Robert, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment as always. It's just so crazy because you be in a situation where 11th ranked recruiting in the recruiting class. One of the best wings, if not the best wing in the country, in the recruiting class. I have 26 points, about 14 rebounds in high school, dominant. But everybody is dominant in high school at this level. Everybody is great. Everybody is Gatorade Player of the Year for their state. McDonald's All-American. All these accolades. But the reality is what we see, right? So we did not see an offensive version of Bri Beil. We didn't see that. We did not see it. Her senior year, I want to say she averaged, and we're talking about the senior year in college, she averaged 6 points, 4 rebounds. You know, she shot a respectable 38% from three. I want to say she shot 44, 45% from the field, 56% from the free throw line. That's senior year. Okay? Now, we all know that she was a dominant perimeter defender. We know that. But they are levels in the WNBA in terms of you only having 12 roster spots on a team. And if you have a player who can score the basketball more while also putting in some pretty good defense, apparently they're going to choose that player, you know. And that's what happened. Tom Ellis, go get that 6'7" girl from Baylor. Let's go. She's Rain. Divine got that high arcing three-pointer like Tessa Johnson. Yeah, she does. She does. I like Divine's game. I like her game, yo. And Tessa Johnson, come on. That shot is so pretty. Tessa's a star. She's a star. But when you're a star amongst stars, it's a little different. You know what I mean? It's a little different. But Tessa's going to be a star. But the keys will be that 2025 recruiting class. We have to hit on those players. We can't have a situation like LSU did this season. Can't have like this situation. 2024 recruiting class for LSU was bad. It was bad. Don't let nobody fool you. It was bad. Got a recruiting guru who couldn't recruit. It was just bad. That's how it was. One player in the top 100. One. That's it. And that player wasn't ranked high in the top 100. Now, I don't believe it at all that it's going to be a situation that happens in South Carolina. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Because we always recruit very, very, very well. I think this is a point in the conversation or in the show that I have to give love to this this product, Live Good. Got to give love to Live Good. The description, the link is in the description bar below. Live Good is a cool supplement type product that adds vitamins into your life. Everybody needs to eat better. Everybody needs to work out more. Everybody needs to reach those goals that they have. Live Good will help you do so. It is a proven product. It will help you close the gap when we ain't eating right, when we ain't doing what we're supposed to do, when we in my office and I look at the treadmill and know I need to get on it. Those type things. Helps with your vitamin A, your vitamin B, all the different important vitamins in your life. So hit the description below. Check out the website so everybody can live good, y'all. Live good. We want to be here longer. We want to be here longer. To talk about women's basketball for the next 30, 40, 50 years. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. So do your best to live good. WNBA is tonight. And I ain't never been more hyped. Maybe because I just started covering the sport last year. But I'm so hyped to see our girls do their thing. So hyped to see it. It is May. It is May, y'all. It is May. On the transfer portal. Transfer portal has straight up been on fire. On fire with so many various players, change of teams, blah, blah, blah. And it's hard to keep track with so many players in the portal. But now you're in a situation where you have a lot of girls in the portal who ain't chose teams. It always happens in every sport, particularly football and basketball. You have an abundance of players in the portal where the numbers are limited now because they thought they can find a better situation than they had previously. So scholarships are limited for those teams that a player might want to go to. Okay, so when you have a situation where you have an abundance of players in the portal, but not enough scholarship situations, it's kind of like hitting the brick wall. Like, already in the portal, like, can I go back to my school? It didn't really take, so I need to go back to my school. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, or the school's already moved on because they had an exodus of players that left their school and they have brought in several players and there's not a spot available for you. So you have to have that conversation with you and your family. Like, hey, maybe I need to go to a lower level Division I school because it's a little dry there now. It's not as plentiful as it was previously. And ESPN did their update of players in the transfer portal, their top 25, and they made a few changes. Kiki committed to Southern Cal, and it always boggled my mind. This is what trips me out. These girls in the transfer portal has not played basketball in some cases since March. Okay? But I'm tripping because how do you move up in the transfer portal when you have not played any basketball? How do you do that? How do you move down when you ain't played no basketball? Is it because of the name of the college that you chose to go to? So yeah, like maybe we should boost that number up because it sounds good, so we can talk about this school more and more. Kiki is a very good basketball player. Make no mistake about it. She had a great junior year. Freshman year, sophomore year was okay. Junior year, she exploded. She was not the number one ranked player in the transfer portal before she chose Southern Cal. She was not. She was not. The number one player in the transfer portal was Georgia Amore. How does Georgia Amore fall to number 3? And there ain't been no basketball being played since March in most of these girls play in situations. Everybody made the Final Four. So Georgia Amore dropped from 3 to 1. Excuse me, we changed it. Flip it up. Went from 1 to 3 with no games being played. Ain't no scrimmages, ain't no camps, ain't none of those things happen. Only thing that transpired was Kiki bumping up to number 1 because she chose Southern Cal. Really though? That's what we're doing, huh? That's what we're doing. But it's cool. I know how ESPN works. I know I'm never gonna get a job with ESPN because I talk too much crap about it. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm good. But that don't make no sense. That makes 0 sense to me. What's the whole thing? How you get fired on your day off? Y'all remember that? And what, Friday? Y'all remember that? Remember that movie? How do you get fired on your day off? That same thing with Georgia Amore. Same thing. She dropped from number 1 to number 3 on her day off. You just woke up like on Tuesday, I'm number 1. On Wednesday, I'm number 3. What the hell? When did that happen? No, it don't go that way. Reagan Beers, committed to Oklahoma. Oklahoma building something nice too. And Reagan Beers is going to fit well with them. She really is. She's going to fit well with them. And in the SEC, Oregon State has literally lost everybody on their team. Everybody is gone from Oregon State. And according to their coach, after they lost to South Carolina, that was America's team. They played basketball the right way. Should be cheering for Oregon State. Well, everybody lost. Everybody with consequence are gone from Oregon State. So that didn't age well, my brother. Didn't age well at all. Didn't age well at all. Georgia Amore, like I said before, dropping from number 1 to number 3 because no Kentucky. Not right. Not right at all. So if Georgia Amore would have committed to Southern Cal, would she be in number 1 too? Like, come on, bro. Do better. Do better. Charlize from Washington State committed to UCLA. Right now, they have his number 4 ranked player. We will see UCLA. Can't wait to see him. Can't wait to see him on the West Coast. West side. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. And it's so cool that we, Don have a difficult time with the whole scheduling, and then the new coach from hired to UNCC, University of North Carolina at Charlotte. I'm very familiar with. Hired a sister from Jackson State, and she already said that she wants to do a home and home against South Carolina, and I hope that happens. That would be amazing for their program. Now they get the brakes beat off of them. They probably lose by 900, but it would be great for their program, But so stepping into the challenge. That's all it is, stepping into the challenge. But we'll see UCLA and their team. They got a really good basketball team. We will see them. Lucy Olson. I'm torn with this pick. I'm torn with this pick from Villanova. She played well at Villanova. I mean, I'm just saying. She averaged 23 points at Villanova, and she's a good basketball player. She's a good shooter. But I'm just saying, is she warranted as the fifth pick or the fifth place in the transfer portal? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Could it be because she's going to Iowa? If she was going to UNCC, would she be the fifth best player in the transfer portal? Those are the things that I ponder sometimes. She's a good player. Is she better than Tamia Gardner, who's number 6? We see Tamia Gardner. We saw Tamia Gardner up close and personal for Oregon State, another player who left. And she's going to UCLA too. Oh, UCLA, they loaded up. They are loading up. They are loading up. Like we're gonna get a player who shoots 40% from the three, got good size, 6'3". Gonna tag team her. With Charlize and the other players that UCLA has, and there's gonna be some good basketball when we play UCLA at UCLA. Oh boy, it's gonna be turned. It's gonna be turned. Layla from Michigan committed to Texas. Texas is doing their thing. They are doing their thing. Who's ranked number 7? That's excellent. A lot of good players. And cool thing that's going on now. Some of these Ivy League schools are leaving their program to go to some of these bigger programs. Caitlin Chen leaving Princeton, going to UConn. She's a shooter, 5'9" guard, graduate student. Average 16 points, about 5 assists per basketball game. Okay, good player. How that fits in with UConn, I have to see, because she's going to be competing against some excellent players. It'll provide some depth for UConn, for sure. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes, in my opinion, the transfer portal is out there, man. Deja Kelly's still on the outside looking in. Will she go back to North Carolina? Will she go back? Janiah Barker, Texas A&M, still has not committed anywhere. Has not committed anywhere. Like, this right here. Now, Hailey Van Lith ranked 14th in the transfer portal. Hailey Van Lith did not forget how to play basketball, y'all. She just played for a coach that put her in the wrong position. If Hailey Van Lith would have came to, okay, let me say this right here. I want to say this. I want to be clear. Okay, if Pow when it came to South Carolina, and Hailey Van Lith would have played at the University of South Carolina, and the only thing Hailey Van Lith had to do was shoot the basketball, play a little defense, she would have had a great year. But when she went, because she ain't a point guard. Pow is a point guard who can shoot the ball. Okay, better than anybody in the country. Okay, but Hailey Van Lith is not a point guard by trade. She is a shooting guard. But she was put in a situation at LSU, a non-winnable situation. Non-winnable situation. So you have to. So she went from a first-round pick, potential first-round pick, if she would have stayed at Louisville, to not even on the radar for the WNBA big board. Not even drop all the way down to 14th in the transfer portal. TCU got to steal. Hailey Van Lith is a baller. Trust and believe that. If LSU would have put her at 2 guard instead of point guard, they would have went further. But they did not. They did not. So it is what it is. But ain't no way. Hailey Van Lith is the 14th ranked player in the transfer portal. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Let's go do a few more questions. JB, they're going to show Caitlin as much as possible. For sure. They're going to show Caitlin Clark as much as possible this season. ESPN is going to show so many games in the regular season of Caitlin Clark. And I got to say it, of Caitlin Clark, because they would not have been showing Indiana on ESPN like they are unless it was Caitlin Clark on the squad. But here's the thing. The thing is, And much like the championship game, the championship game, you have the bandwagon fans tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark. Thought she was going to be crowned the champion of the universe in women's basketball on the college level. Well, they tuned in and they saw the best team in the country for the last 4 years in South Carolina. They saw Raven Johnson clink on Caitlin Clark. That wasn't how the script was supposed to be made. The script was supposed to be Iowa win the championship and carry it off in a horse and chariot, and Caitlin Clark being serenaded by doves. That was the way it's supposed to happen, but it did not happen. So you're going to have a situation with the Indiana Fever. You tuning in to see Caitlin Clark, and lo and behold, you see the Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year in college, in Aaliyah Boston, one of the best who's ever done it in college basketball, dominating. This is what you're going to see. Here's what you're going to see. You're going to see Aaliyah Boston put on a show because it's going to be easier for her to score the basketball because it's going to give some space. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for the Caitlin Clark experience because it's putting more eyeballs, and some of those eyeballs are going to be writing some checks for this big old media contract in the future. So that's great. That means everybody going to get paid. I love that. But what you're going to see tonight, for the ones who are going to be watching the Indiana Fever tonight, you're going to see Aaliyah Boston in all her greatness tonight. That's what you're going to see. She's Ruane. Our game with UCLA going to be tough. Oh my God, they have a loaded front court cap, and they're looking to add Barker. What about Sania Johnson? I like Sania Johnson. I'm telling you, I do. I like Sania Johnson a lot. And UCLA is going to be a tough basketball game. We need tough basketball games. We need tough basketball games because, their front court can be tight. I don't think their front court is good as our front court, but it's going to be a good basketball game. Their guard playing is good. They're not as good of a team in South Carolina, but they are loading up. They might be 2 or 3. You know what I mean? They might be 2 or 3, and I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. And you're absolutely right. See, Sania Johnson is a nice basketball player. I saw her last summer in ATL. She is nice. And she will be a huge addition for the University of South Carolina. Huge. Dr. Girl, Adele is at Camilla's crib in Chicago. Is headed to Atlanta on Sunday for Ravens jersey retirement ceremony. Adele is the truth. Yeah, I have not even talked about Raven Johnson getting her jersey retired at Westlake in the ATL early next week. That is early. Is it Monday? I think it's Monday. I can't remember. But yeah, so with Adele living her best life, going to Chicago to support her girl, going to Atlanta to support her girl. I mean, come on. You couldn't write a better script for this young lady. You could not. She's getting healthy. She's going to be ready to play. I mean, it's just amazing. It's amazing. Lamar Donald. What's up, my guy? What's good? Yeah, 6'7". Girl from Brazil. I'm not even going to attempt to say her name because I'm going to get tongue-tied. My country tongue going to mess it all up. Still in transfer portal. That is true, but I don't see her coming to South Carolina. I just don't see her coming to South Carolina. That's why I really haven't talked about it. Robert Whitaker. The girls that make the WNBA roster, the girls that can score, the girls who only play defense will find it hard to make rosters. I agree with you to a certain point. With so many limited space for these rosters, you have to give your draft picks the first chance. You have to give your first round picks the first chance, and then you move on from there. So it's tough. It's tough. It's difficult. Real talk. When Bri came out last year, I wish she would have taken that extra year and came back. I really do. I wish she would have. It would have been more beneficial to her, and I think it would have improved the draft stock, and then she would have got picked possibly in the first round versus the second round. Now, the WNBA do want players who can score, but they also want players who can play. I think it's more so the complete. at the end of the day, you know, you want basketball players, and we say basketball players play offense and defense. Bree has proven in college that she's more of a one-way player and basically plays just defense and a little bit of offense. It's just hard. It's the most difficult league to make with limited spots. Cheers, Rain. It's going to be a recruiting beef between Don, Kim, and Vic. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Those are 3 good coaches, and they all of them going to be coaching them up, you know. Cheers, Rewind. Cap. Kiki deserved number 1. She's that good, and Paige don't show up next year. Kiki will go number 1 in the draft. I would say this. Entering this upcoming season, Paige Bueckers is the best player in college basketball. Best player in college basketball, okay? Someone who plays offense and defense, okay? I am on the level that, you know, everybody was drinking the red Kool-Aid of Caitlin Clark last season, and everybody saying, oh, the player of the year, best player, blah, blah, blah. I never said that Caitlin Clark was the best player in basketball because she don't play defense. And you cannot be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or number 5 in Captain Will's book if you don't play defense. That makes you a really good offensive player. Paige Bueckers is a really good basketball player. You know, in regards to Kiki being a number 1 draft pick, we got to see it again. I think she's really good. Right now, she's projected to go number 2 in the WNBA draft. I just got to see more. I got to see more tape. Okay, I have to see more tape in regards to Kiki and do it again because this is the only year that she actually exploded. Paige Bueckers got multiple years of amazing tape showing what she can do. Okay, I'm going to mention somebody who's kind of under the radar to a certain degree, who I think can shoot up the draft board. I'm going to mention someone, and I want y'all to look out for this upcoming season, okay? The person I'm going to mention who's going to shoot up the draft boards because she's going to have an amazing season in 2020-24, 2020. You know what I said? I said 2020-24. I don't know what year that is. In 2024, it's going to be Te-Hina Paopao. I'm saying that right now. It's May the 3rd. Te-Hina Paopao, Oceanside herself, is going to have an amazing season this year. Trust me when I say that. You have not seen the best of Te-Hina Paopao. And she's going to shoot up the draft this season. I expect Raven Johnson to be a top 8 pick in the WNBA draft next season. That's how I feel about it. 2 players that's not talked about enough will be talked about a ton this time next year. And I already said, put on record, that I want Raven Johnson to be drafted by the Atlanta Dream next season. I already said that. I want her to be drafted by the Atlanta Dream next season. And I believe she got the talent to be a top 7, top 8 pick. And everybody ain't gonna agree with it. Everybody gonna agree with it. I don't care. I don't care. I think Raven Johnson's gonna make a huge jump this season. And then Te-Hina Paopao is gonna make a bigger jump this upcoming season in her 5th year. And I believe that Carolina will have 2 picks in the first round in the WNBA 25 draft next year. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will and your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring you that gospel. Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's